Hello everyone and welcome to a new review of the Citizen EcoDrive nautical themed blue and gold chronograph. Now getting started, this model number is quite a mouthful. If you Google Citizen Endeavour, I think you will find this nautical themed Citizen EcoDrive solar powered watches. Now this one, the official watch model is CA425453L. It's clearly more towards the sports side, although you can wear it for the office. I would definitely wear this for the office and for casual, and also for swimming and maybe even diving, just because it's water resistant to 200 meters. It has a blue dial. It has a multicolored bracelet with two tones, as you can see, the gold and silver. And before I forget though, the weight of this watch is very, very hefty. When I held it and when my friends held it, they were impressed with the weight. Now the official weight for this is a big 211 grams. That's heavier than a Seiko Sumo. Much more heavier than big G-Shock watches. Very heavy. The quality is just that you can feel it. You cannot see it in the video, but once you touch this, you'll feel how heavy and well built it is. So the gold accents give it a very classic, expensive taste to it. I love how it looks like a Transformers watch with all the blue, red and gold. It literally looks like Optimus Prime. I don't know how to explain it. Going closer here, you can see that this is the diving bezel, while the timing bezel, it has 60 clicks instead of the usual 120 clicks. Can you hear it? My only gripe with it is that it's a bit tough to hold over here and here, because there's no grooves, and your hands, if it's oily, then too bad. However, like any diving watches, if you cannot twist the bezel, you can always put your palm there and twist it like that. But then again, this is a bit more classy, and I wouldn't be doing that in the middle of an office. Alright, let me just move this back again. So there's no Lume pip up there, but then again, this is not a diving watch. It is, however, 200 meters water resistant, so you can, if you wanted to, go skin diving with it. And this is screwed down, it's a screwed down crown as well. It's hard for water to come in. I've been looking at this thing as well. This one does not turn. It does not turn no matter how I try. I think it's just fixed there. Now, generally speaking, it has swords hands, and the lume is really good. I'll give you a lume shot later. Now, as you can see, there's 3 sub dials. This over here is a chronograph dial. So right now I'm timing. It's been what, 5 minutes. There's a red, you can see that there's a red marker there. That's actually not the pointer, that's just painted there. So it's meant to show, like, you know, when 50 minutes up. Over here is a 24 hours display. Midnight, 6 a.m, 6 p. No wait, midnight, 6 a.m, right? And then 12 p.m. and right back to 6 p.m. The way I like it is that from 24 here, which is midnight, up until 6 a.m, that's where you sleep. From this time, the whole red part is where you work. And from here, 6 p.m. until 12, that's when you have your fun. Getting a little bit more deeper, that's how our day-to-day lives are built. 8 hours sleep, 8 hours work, and 8 hours play. You have the date here, which is deep inside. And then you have the 3 sub-dials. The third one here is the seconds hand. Then you might be thinking, what is this red one right here, which is moving? That controls the chronograph actually. See, stop. I'm going to reset it. And it's just beautiful. I just love how it sweeps. Look, I'm going to press it again, and you can hear an audible click. Can you hear that? There's a click there. Now when I press it again, there's no click. Or when I continue it again, there's no click as well. However, when I reset it, there's a click here, a clicky sound. Hear that? So these two are interconnected, and I just love that so much. So this is a 1 hour chronograph. It only measures for up to 1 hour. If you want to measure for more than 1 hour, I will use the timing bezel to mark where the hour hand is. And then you have the red inlays over here, 15 minutes as well. Going closer, you can see it says Japan movement, EcoDrive, which means it's solar powered. So this is where the solar power panels are. The light goes through there. One thing I have to say is I love how the watch looks like an Optimus Prime watch. I mean, it feels like it's a Transformer watch. I love how it's multi-dimensional. The bezels are big and thick. They're the gold ones. It's just It feels like a robot watch to me, and I love it. And I love the blue, red, and gold colors. It just reminds me of Optimus Prime. And then over here you can see, I love how the case is very angular. There's no sign here, but that's fine. I love how it's very angular. It's very tough looking. It's a very tough looking watch, which you can wear when you're out there on the boat in the yacht. You can wear it when you're casual, and you can wear it in the office. The gold makes it look a little bit more classy. Now, one thing which you cannot tell from this is the weight of the watch. Now, when my friends were holding this watch, they were all impressed at how heavy it is. Now, this watch is officially 210 grams, which is heavier than a Seiko Blue Mo, which is a diving watch. It's much more heavier than a G-Shock as well. But yeah, it's super heavy. It's hefty. The bracelets are of. I love the quality of it. It's so good. It's not like your cheap Seiko bracelet, and there's a gold inlays there as well. I mean, it just the weight of it makes it feel this quality. You have to touch and hold it, and then you can tell how heavy it is. And it's just, and I love the whole 3 chronograph look there. Now, taking a look at the back. Oh yeah, so the clasp is very simple. There's no safety clasp. I kind of wish there was one, but oh well. This works as well. So far, it hasn't been removed from my wrist by accident. You press it to unlock it. No diving extensions or whatnot. Now, here you can see the case back. Eco drive, citizen watch, stainless steel, water resistance 20 bars, Japan movement. This is laser engraved. Very simple. And let me just put it back. Okay. Right, let me start this stopwatch again. And you can see there that it sweeps there. And over here, the bezel is aluminum. So it's the same as the Seiko Sumo series. Might not want to get it scratched. Over here you can see there's blue in this as well. It's just so beautiful. It's just, I love the color blue, red and gold. And to be honest, it's a watch that I would recommend for people who loves the color blue, who wants it to look a little bit more expensive with the gold, who wants a chronograph, and who wants a watch which has 200 meters water resistance. And it's solar powered. It doesn't have GMT, nor does it have GPS or anything like that, but to be honest, it's all I need. The only thing I wish it could have is a date. Sorry, there's a date there, 22. I mean a day, because I am very forgetful with days. But other than that, it's a very classy watch, which is also casual and sporty. It's a watch that can do a lot of things. Over here, as you can see, it's a mirrored polish. It's a mirror finish. Very, very striking. Sorry for the grime there. And I've been wearing this for I think about 2 weeks, and I love it. It's on my wrist most of the time now. I leave it on the window when I'm not using it, and I would say I love it. Yeah, I love wearing it so much. The weight just gives you a lot of confidence in it. It's just so heavy. Some of you guys might prefer lighter watches, but I love heavy watches. I mean, the weight gives the assurance that it's quality. Now if you look closer, you can see that the blue here and that blue is almost similar. Now this blue is very different than the Seiko body tuna. Now let me do a Lume Shot now before I forget. I'm gonna turn off the lights. Hold on, there you go. And one more. Where's the lights? Okay, hold on. There you go. Can you see that? Citizen's Lume is kind of blue greenish of sorts. Let me turn off the main light. There you go, you can see right there. As you can see, the hour hands are much more brighter than the yes, correct. The hour and minute hands is much more brighter than the chapter markers. And as you can see, the second hand, it's also lumed and it's moving there. The one, not the second stand, the chronograph second stand, which is kind of pointless because that's supposed to be the second stand. When you're diving, you want to know that the watch is working, so that's why you have the lumed second hand. Over here, the second hand is on the third sub dial. But in any case, I guess if you were diving and you're using this watch, you would be timing as well. Alright, let me turn on back the lights. Okay, we're back. Let me just finish this by putting on my wrist. My very hairy wrists. Give me a sec. It's pulling my hairs. Okay, that's how it looks like on the wrist. Now, one thing that I want to mention is that when you press the chronograph, you can hear an audible click. And it starts. Now, when I stop it, it's silent. Or when I continue, it's silent as well. But when I reset it, by pressing this button, you can hear the click again. You hear that? So that click is what you would usually get from an automatic chronograph movement, because you're basically really pushing the clutches because it's mechanical. Over here, this is my first watch, which is an Aviator. It's a battery powered watch. Right, as you can see, there's chronographs here, but when you press it, you cannot hear anything. It's completely silent. And this one is the comparison of the Lume and the Citizen watch, and as you can see, the blueness is almost the same. Very, very beautiful. Two very beautiful watches. One has an extra chronograph function. Both are 200 meters water resistant, although this one is diverse. 200 meters water resistant. You can go scuba diving with it with confidence. Both looms are kick-ass. Of course, this one is much more classier because it's much more simpler. This one can also fit for all your purposes. It looks a little bit more sportier. That one I can give. Both are very heavy watches, but I would have to say this one is slightly more heavier. The Lume is around 190 grams. This is 210 grams, and it really feels. The lug width is around 24 millimeters over here, and also the circumference is 45 millimeters wide, not including the crown. Including the crown, it's 49 millimeters, and it's 13 millimeters thick. Compare that with the Seiko Lume there. Slightly larger than the Seiko Lume, but just as beautiful. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.